Hey mama, I am Kate Moir, wife, mom, boss. I'm an international best-selling author, multiple income stream mentor, and host of the Mamas Making Commas podcast. I believe wealth and wellness go hand in hand and want to share massive value to you to help you move forward in the direction of your dreams. So stick around as I got a free gift for you, but also grab your notes and let's get started. Three things I wish I knew before I became a corporation. So, a corporation, LLC, being incorporated sounds super savvy. You're like, ooh, she's legit, right? Or maybe you're like, what the heck is this? But let me explain to you three things I wish I knew before I became incorporated, which means my corporation has a number, it is registered, and I take money from the corporation to pay myself. Okay. So, my name is Kate Moir. My corporation is registered. Shockingly, I am Kate Moir, and I am katemoir.com for all my information. But the thing is one was the threshold of money. Two is the benefits of corporation, and three are the costs. And I'm going to break down my personal experience, and I just challenge you to do your own research. Go and talk to an accountant, go and talk to a lawyer before you start the process. But hopefully this advice will help you know if it's the right fit for you or not. All right, so the first thing you want to know is how much money do you need to make after expenses? Nobody told me that. They didn't tell me after expenses. They just said, oh, once you make this amount of money, Kate, you should have a corporation. I'm making that money. Okay, I'll do the corporation. They didn't say after expenses. And the reason it makes a difference is because that's the income that you're charged on taxes, right? And so when you do your taxes and you're like, I was able to write off X amount, that's cool. That reduces your income, which means you might not be quite seeing the benefit of being a corporation. So just kind of find out, talking to your tax person or your accountant, what is that threshold that really makes a sense after expenses to start looking at becoming incorporated, okay? The second part is the benefits. My accountant just told me this summer, you're just starting to see the benefits of a corporation. What are the benefits? One, that I kind of separate my business from Kate as a person. So it just gives me a little bit of extra like layer of security or liability, if you will, as I make decisions. The second part is that if you make a profit after expenses, you can save it and you pay a little less in taxes, right? And your money can grow and invest over here in a different way than it could as a person. So just something to think about, building a legacy. And so I have a friend who had a corporation with their family, and they now travel and they live off of the interest of their investments because they invested wisely and they live at a certain threshold. And they pay themselves from the corporation. So even though they're not working full-time anymore, they're able to pay themselves a wage from the corporation and pay taxes on that amount that they take out. So it's kind of like, in my mind, now I'm not a financial planner, I am not an accountant, let me be very clear, go and seek advice from the professionals. I'm giving you my personal story, but in my case, I can just see this possibility of one day being able to hire my kids as an employee and pay them a wage to help me, right? And being able to pay them through the corporation. Or one day when I retire, living off my corporation, paying me a little stipend or honorarium each month for running the business, right? And so little things like that as expenses in the future. So there's benefit of creating that legacy and that long-term vision of like kind of being my own retirement plan or pension, if you will. But it costs money to be a corporation. So don't think you can just shelter all your money over here and not pay taxes and just like live it up and have it as an ATM and just take your money out anytime you want money. You just go into the corporation, just like go, I just want more money. Can you pay me more, please? No, do not do that. Okay. So it costs money to run a corporation, and you got to treat it like a job in a sense, right? Pay yourself a wage, do the proper process, pay your taxes, pay whatever you owe the government. Okay, I hired a bookkeeper. She does it automatically each month. She pays me bi-weekly a set amount to my bank account after taxes, after the government, all the things I have to do, after my GST, it's all taken care of, right? I give her my receipts, she checks them off and does all the things. So that then at the end of the month, at the end of the year, I take it all to the accountant. He has to do the books because he's a CP or CPA chartered person. Okay, so I don't get to do my taxes anymore when you're incorporated. You have to have somebody with a designation do your books. That costs money, like $2,000 last year. Okay, so every accountant is different. Find out what it's going to cost you before you go to the lawyer to create a corporation. Now, that's the other thing. Your lawyer is going to cost you money to become incorporated, but they don't tell you it also costs to not be incorporated anymore. So if you want to cancel your corporation, you got to pay to close your business. That is also something I didn't know. And it's like every year you got to do the books, you got to do your minutes. You can do them yourself, or you pay your lawyer to do them. You do a shareholder loan, you pay a lawyer to do your books, or you need to figure it out how to do yourself, your minutes. So there's lots of little hidden things along the way that I never really realized. So those are my 3 things. Know how much it's going to cost you to become incorporated. Know how much money you should be making before you become incorporated, and know the benefits and do your pro con. See if it's really worth your while to become incorporated and to create your own corporation. So I would love to know, have you ever thought about it? Okay, have you done it? I would love your story too. And if you're not quite there yet, don't fret. Don't think of like, right? You want to make sure your businesses can all pay your corporation. So my planning pays my corporation. My network marketing business pays my corporation. And my coaching pays my corporation. And from there, it pays Kate a wage, just like my old job did, a bi-weekly payment, the same amount of money my old job did, and I pay my taxes direct to the government. Okay, so those are my advice. I hope that this was helpful for you if you've ever considered it. And if you have, I'd love to connect. And make sure you've joined our Wealth and Wellness group for mamas on Facebook, okay? Or listen to the podcast or grab my best-selling book. I just want to make sure that information that I have learned and lessons along the way are paid forward to you to make it so that it's easier and you don't make the mistakes I've made.
All right, friends, that's a wrap. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, and grab your free gift in the link. And I will see you next time.